CB, were you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Okay,
I can hear you.
good. All right, Miss Elise is here. So did you hear my introduction? You know, sometimes I've been talking and maybe it's not coming through.
Good afternoon. I just got here. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Miss Elise. So like I was saying, today we're going to revisit the topic, you know, the discussion on the Idibias, because like I was saying, last time we were here, we were kind of partial in our approach because we only had like kind of one side of the story, that Annie is sick and this is, and Tuface, Baba decided to terminate their marriage instead of showing support. But now we are having some other information, kind of sharing Tuface or Baba side of the story. So I wanted us to kind of examine that and just see with this new information we have on the table to kind of to see, you know, what we got to say, and maybe we'll still kind of maintain our same arguments, but we don't know. So we got this information from this page. The name of the page is a popular blogger from Instagram, and the name of the page is Gist Lover. So I'm gonna try to kind of summarize. It's long. There's a lot. Like I have so many pages here. It's a lot. So I'm gonna try to summarize what I got from that page. I went through it, and there's a lot of pages, and they're kind of telling us another side of the story, right? I like this song from Phil Collins. Every story has two sides. We have to hear both sides of the stories. So one of the accusations that I got from that is that Annie terminated, you know, we all learned recently that she had lost a pregnancy, but facts are coming out that she did not lose that pregnancy, but she decided to terminate because she learned that she was having another girl. And the reason, and then that also kind of like put her, she just went on a frantic mode, accusing her husband of like giving her female eggs, and then while reserving all his male eggs for the for his baby's mama. So she started accusing him. So that was what happened to that pregnancy. She terminated because she did not want to have another girl. And another thing that she's been accused of is first of all, she's been accused of neglecting one of his drivers. His long-term driver died because Annie accused him of driving her husband to his side chicks. So the guy she got him fired. The guy fell sick, and she decided to not to provide him the financial support that he needed. So he eventually died. So that's one of the accusation. And another one was the battle. Every time that hold on, I have some notes here. So she included his family to to their argument or to whatever was going on in their house in such a way that she wouldn't speak to her in-law. She wouldn't, even his friends. Like she made sure that she kind of she accused everyone. She accused his family. She accused his friends, and she just kind of took the matter out. She extended the matter out to all his friends and family, and just kind of isolating the man in the midst of all of that. And then she's been accused of destructive behavior, such as severe addiction. She started by smoking and then later on using heavy drugs. And then she's been accused of bringing prostitute to the house just in an effort to control her husband. She will bring girls to the house that she will pass on to her husband. And she said that she would rather her husband sees prostitute than seeing his baby's mama. So she did everything that she could to control her husband from going to his baby's mama, and she will, to the extent of bringing prostitute to the house. And then she's also been accused of hiring a private investigator to follow her husband around, and she will even like show up in his public like publicly, like it will go some places and she will just show up and make a scene. And she's been accused of throwing bottles at him. She's been accused of sharing his clothes in public. You know, she's been accused of making him lose business because of that behavior. He lost his manager. He lost a lot of business partners because people could just not stand her, right? The moment that she has an issue with him, she would take it to the public. She would take it to his friends, and she just embarrassed him. And because of that, he almost went broke. And she's also been accused of just not being considerate toward her husband, right? Like the husband fell sick with kidney disease, and several times he had to be rushed to the hospital. And on top of all of that, she would just not give him peace, right? So, all right, guys. So that was a little bit of Alice's. That was a little bit of I don't know how do I say that. Hold on. So that was a summary of the different information that we have had. We have not had this the last time we were here. We didn't have all of this information the last time
I
we were
cannot
here.
hear her.
Oh, but we can hear you. Okay, we lost her. So we didn't have this piece of information. And those of you who don't know the people that we're talking about these two on the screen. We're talking about Tuface Idibia and Annie Idibia. And these are Nigerian musician and actress. They are celebrities, right? So can you hear me now? Alice, can you hear me? We can hear you, Alice.
You muted, ma. Alice, you muted.
Alice, you got to unmute and put Alice. Can
I
you
cannot
hear me now?
hear nobody.
We
I
can
don't know
hear
anybody
you.
hear me, but I can't hear
We
anybody.
can hear you. Maybe you should go out of the studio and come back in.
No, like put the volume on your computer. Maybe you need to put the volume on your computer.
Well, should we type?
I
Yeah,
don't know. I cannot
I'm
hear
also
nobody.
gonna send her a message. I don't know. You need to put the volume on your computer. Yeah, put the volume on your computer. Put the volume on your computer. Oh, you okay? Just increase the volume on your phone. I don't see why I don't see why you would, because we can hear you, right? So that means your phone doesn't have a volume.
Yeah, my volume is high on the. Let me see. My volume is complete high, but I don't know why I cannot.
But we can hear you though. I don't know why you cannot hear us. We can hear you.
Now I can hear you now.
Good, good. Okay. All right, guys. Miss Elise, CB, happy Sunday to everyone. So I tried to rush the best I could to give you a summary of the new information that we've had so far. So when you read this blog, like I said, it's a lot. You can go on Instagram and read it for yourself. The picture that is being painted of Annie is anything but pretty, right? And I don't know, any of you guys have had any new information, like apart from what I've shared? I'm going to start with you, CB.
Okay. Allegedly, I heard that Annie's leg is to be amputated. I don't know how true that is.
Oh,
That's why I said
no.
alleged.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't trust the source yet. I heard that she had injury, it's not healing properly, and they need to amputate her leg. So I don't know yet. And that's why I said alleged. Not so sure about that. But what I know is Annie is not in a good place mentally. She's not okay. She's not okay at all. I mean, starting from I think her ordeal started when she decided to marry Tuface. I don't get why you see the red flags and you just ignore. I know sometimes feelings can make us can cloud our judgment. But then there are some red flags that you shouldn't ignore. Although the truth is, actually, when you love someone, there's some things you just see and you're like, you know what, I can actually manage this one. Why there are some things that even when people are telling you, okay, this guy is not going to change, he's going to be like this. He loves women. And just because he's married to you does not mean he's going to be faithful to you and stuff like that. But then Annie laid her own bed and she laid on it. That's just what I have to say for
All right, but thank you for that new piece of information. Wow, I need to keep an eye out for that. That she might lose her leg. Miss Elise, did you have any new information?
Yeah, I have the same information as CB. They say she was going to go to India to get that done. Well, she's in between that, so she's in a very critical condition. Well, I don't know. The Bible says whatever you sow, you reap. She decided to sow. The Bible does not call us to manage stupidity or madness. The Bible calls us to perfection. The Bible says what separates us from God is sin. It's not small sin. It's sin. Period. So whenever you see something that is not good, you see that you correct it or you wait and deal with the consequences. So that's why I don't pity women that are in bad marriages. They'll be like, I will pray, I will pray. Hey, the Bible says I put in front of you death and life. Choose ye life. So when God shows you the person you are dealing with, God opens your eyes to make the person misbehave. For you to run, you say, no, he said he will change. I will pray for him. What God does not do, God cannot do. Does not, yes, it exists. God cannot lie.
Hmm.
God cannot disappoint.
Amen
God
to
is not
that.
an author of confusion. So what
Amen.
God cannot do exists. Okay, it depends on how you want to put it. So if God, that is not the author of confusion, sees in a relationship with a man, shows that this man is see, you are having a child, number fifth child, after having four children outside, what will even give you the audacity to even sleep with that kind of man? You're not even sure of his health condition. I don't know, in Africa, some women they mental, some women they are crazy. Some women, I don't know whether it's poverty or whether it's, I don't know whether it's a spirit or they put in all women. I don't know how people who succeed in manipulating a bunch of successful, intellectual, hardworking women. I don't know whether it's a disease or it's a curse. How can you know about STDs? And then you see a man that you know, not that they told you, not that you guess, so not that you're suspecting, no, you know for sure that he has other women outside. You're not so diligent, you're not so scared of about your health. You go and spray your legs and sleep with him and carry belly, and you even marry him. I clap for her. Oh. This her case. I bend down for her. Oh yeah, madam, I give you your crowd. Crowd. This woman, I don't know how to. When I want to qualify her, I lack words. This woman, she's out of. She's special because I don't know how she does it, but she's special. Let's start with the speciality. Let's congratulate her for the beginning. Mm.
Thank you, Miss Elise. So Alice, you are here. Did you hear anything about this topic?
I don't
Oh,
think Alice can hear you. But I wanted to add something though.
yeah.
Mama Michelle, can you summarize the message for
Okay.
me?
Okay. So we are talking about these two over here. I don't know if you know them. Do you know this couple?
No, really.
So do you remember that song that says, "You are my African queen, the girls of my dream"? You know that song?
No, really.
Oh my gosh, girl. Okay,
Okay, what is a summary of the story?
so he's the singer, right? He's popular
Mm-hmm.
singer, and she's an actress, Nollywood actress from Nigeria, right? So the
Mm-hmm.
thing is that few weeks ago, we had the news that she wasn't doing well because that she had been admitted to a rehab hospital because of her drug addiction, right? And
Mm-hmm.
as if it wasn't enough, the husband came out and announced that he was divorcing her. So a lot of people just went at him, like being like, come on, you have been unfaithful to this woman since day one. She stayed by you. Now that she needs you, you are divorcing. And then on the latest news, he has proposed to the girl that he's seeing now. He's seeing like a very important person in the Nigerian government, a political
Mm-hmm.
lady. So he's seeing her now, and it's been reported that she is pregnant and that they are engaged, right?
Mm.
So, and meanwhile, Annie is in the hospital. And now we're
Oh.
even learning that Annie is such in a bad shape that she might lose her leg, right? So
Mm-hmm.
last time we were here 2 weeks ago talking about this case, most of us were like, this is not right because this guy has never been faithful to her and she put up with him anyway. And not just her, even his baby's mama, because in 2006, he had 2 kids by 2 different ladies. And in 2008, he had 2 kids by the same ladies. You understand? So a lot of
Mm.
women have been putting up with this. So we talked about that, but by then we did not have the other side of the story. And the reason why we are coming with this back to the table is because now we have more information. We have information of the man being embarrassed by her, of the man losing business because of her, of the man being beaten, like she will beat him up, she will tear his clothes, she will throw bottles at him, she will even like bring prostitute to the house to give to the man just so that she can control him, right? She'll be like, instead of you going out there or going back to your baby's mama, I would rather bring you all the women that you want in the house. You understand? So we have information of her not allowing her in-law to come to the house, of like just chasing away all his business partners because she just like keep embarrassing him, and most people cannot stand that. We are African. We know how is men like to have their respect. So they're saying that this man has gone through a lot in that marriage with her. We are learning that his mom did not want him to marry Annie, but the reason why he decided to marry her was because he felt indebted to her. This is a girl that he met before he even before he was famous. He
Mm.
started with Annie before he was even somebody, and she stood by him. I'm even learning that she even gave her body out to support his career. You know how the showbiz
Mm-hmm.
goes, right? The showbiz world goes. So she's done a lot for him. He decided that, hey, I'm gonna be, grateful. I'm indebted forever to this woman. I'm gonna marry her because she's the one who stood by me when I was nothing.
Mm.
The other one came when I was something. You understand? So now that we have the other side of the story, painting the picture of this guy going through hell in that marriage. Now we decided to bring this back to the table so we can talk about. So that's what
Okay.
is going on.
Okay. So I don't know. First of all, I understand the fact that Annie started a relationship with that guy and he did not have anything,
Mhm.
and she had to stand by him for him to become the hero that he had become, a hero that he had become today.
Mhm.
But what I don't understand is that, so if I understand well, without what is going on now, he married, maybe decided to marry the girl by pity.
Something like that.
He decided to marry the girl by pity because she did not want to let her because she stands street. That means the relationship, first of all, maybe the guy will be love, uh, did not love the girl, but the girl loved him, that she just give all her life for him.
Mhm.
Now she's in the situation where she's in the hospital, and then and the guy, anyway, she already know before she went to the hospital that the guy is cheating.
Always since day one.
Yeah, she
When
already know.
she met him, he was a young guy. But by the time they got married, he has already had what, 4 or 5 kids. You understand? Like when he met
Now,
her, there you go.
she's in the hospital. The guy is not even there.
No, he's engaged to another woman, a big politician in Nigeria.
Okay, he want to become a polygamy now.
Oh, it has always been, not just legally, not just.
Coach Michelle, please, you have to add that that girl is pregnant for him. Can you add that part?
Yeah, the new girl is pregnant for him, and they got engaged. I saw some video on
It
social
doesn't
media.
matter even if you were pregnant. She already know before she even get married to him that he was already having babies. And
Yeah.
she accepted and get married to her and get
Mhm.
married to him. So that
Mhm.
means she gave him the okay, yes, you can do whatever you want to do. You can have
Yeah.
100 woman, but
Mhm.
I'm gonna be the one that is a wife.
Yes.
You can go out there because she
Yeah.
got married to him.
Mhm.
Why he was already having those mama,
Yes.
those baby mama outside there.
Mhm.
But is she seeing the marriage like, I don't know, maybe she doesn't really understand why she's married. She doesn't so who is giving the
I
picture
feel like
now?
maybe I
Does
feel like
she
I feel like maybe she
does she
was
want us
proving
to
a
help
point.
her solve the relationship, or what does she want? Who bring the case up?
No, this is just a celebrity marriage that we're talking about with the purpose of learning.
Oh, okay,
You know,
okay,
we're just
okay.
bringing it to the table just so that we can all learn something, like a thing or two, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
before I come back to you, Luke is here. I want to hear from you, Luke. Did you share anything new so far? Luke, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Do you have any new information?
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Okay, I heard one rumor. I don't know if it's a rumor, but it's not concerning Two Face or Annie. It's concerning the new lady is engaged to,
Okay.
that's pregnant for him. You know, I don't know if it's a rumor or it's real, but the way it is, people are saying it's real. You know, the engaged lady, the new lady in Two Face life, they said she's an abuser. She's an abuser.
Hmm.
Uh,
Abuser how?
she arrested. She
Allegedly.
arrested her ex. She arrested her husband. She arrested her husband. She usually oppress her husband because she has power. She has connection. You know, her family is a very big family in that
Hmm.
particular state in Nigeria, in Edo State. So people are saying she's an abuser, and she has a son for that man already. Before Tuface came in,
I thought they
uh,
say she has two
she apparently.
children. Okay, look.
Yeah, I heard that she had two kids.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just telling you what I heard. I heard one.
Ah,
That's what I
okay.
heard.
So
So
she has been abusive to her ex.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Even sometimes, what I read online, sometimes she slaps her husband, and when the husband retaliates, she arrested him. He's in a police station because she has connections. Her family is wealthy.
Hmm.
Her
Okay.
family is wealthy, stuff like that. So that's what I heard. But concerning Annie,
Hmm.
I'm just sorry for her. You know, I'm just don't know what to say concerning Annie. It's not really it for her right now. She's going through a lot. From the story you read to us now, we saw now. I think Annie didn't try by those things she did to uh, her husband's family members. What happened between them? She didn't try. But according to what AJ Wyam said, he said maybe we should just wait for. Maybe she has her own side of the story. I don't know,
Yeah.
but she didn't
Yeah.
try at all. That's for me.
You said
Thank you.
she didn't try like how? Like maybe it's like to keep peace in her house. That's what you mean?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. Okay. So my thing is that I'm
You know,
wondering
when you are
is,
getting married, you know the kind of person you are getting married to, the kind of
yeah, like she knew the kind of person that she got married to, but and then
I
taking it
said,
out
I said,
on her in-laws. Oh,
Yes,
you are
yes, yes.
breaking.
The kind of
Yeah.
person you are getting married to, the kind of person is famous. Two-Face is famous. Two-Face is famous, and you know you are getting married to him. He's a celebrity, and you also know he has other baby mamas outside. He has kids outside, and you have to know how you're going to manage him. You see, what happened between Regina Daniels, this rumor that came out recently, and the man came out and said it's a lie. What happened to that poor girl? She said she fainted, stuff like that. But when she heard her husband has on that kid outside, you know the kind of person you're getting married to. You
Even
have
though
to be
she's the
ready.
seventh wife. Yeah.
Yes, yes. You have to be ready for whatever happens. He's a celebrity. You know, he's a celebrity. It's going to be around many people. Like one thing my pastor said in the church one day. He said his wife is not his only wife. In quotes, the wife he married is not his only wife because other women in the church, they are his wife. So when his own wife sees him with other women, she should not be angry because he's a father to all other women because he's a
So that
priest.
pastor is wrong.
Uh,
He's not. Those women in the church
no,
are not his wife.
no,
That
no,
pastor
Mr.
is
Lee.
not right. That's
Mr.
not
Lee,
right.
Don't
You
I
have
cannot
one wife.
let me
understand.
Period.
I can't
let
understand
me
what he
land
meant.
first. Don't interrupt
Mr.
me.
Lee,
When
I
I'm
understand.
talking, let me
No,
land first.
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead,
I'm not
Luke.
saying
I
his
cannot
wife
understand what
legally.
he meant.
I'm not saying his wife legally. You have to listen to somebody when he's talking first. I'm not saying
Yes,
it's his wife legally. You know,
yeah,
he said he's a father to all of them.
yes. You know what, Luke?
So when
You know what?
when his own wife sees him,
Can I say something? I'm not okay with
Hold
what
on.
Luke just said now.
Hold on, guys. I've been in a church where I'm a Pentecostal girl, right? I've been in a church where this that wasn't here. That was back in Cameroon. The pastor wife will fight her husband for like counseling people, and because of that, the church didn't do well. It's not that the pastor was not unfaithful, I can tell you that, but the wife was so
that's true. It's not
insecure that
faithful.
she made females in the church uncomfortable. Yeah, so I kind of see where you're coming from when you say that.
Can I say
Yes, thank you,
something,
ma.
Coach Michelle?
Thank you,
Coach
ma.
Michelle, can I
Thank
say
you.
something?
Yeah.
It comes back to the same pastor. When he married his wife, he knew she was insecure. When you have an insecure wife as a pastor, you have to make sure that a deacon, a female deacon, or a female lady in the church is with you in counseling another woman. You cannot close yourself as a man in an office with another lady. The Bible says, "Flee away from temptation." If you are a pastor, you are a male pastor, you want to counsel any other lady that is not your wife, you should have another lady in their presence so that they will not accuse you of anything. It's called prevention. Now, if you're a
I
pastor,
think
you are to,
don't
let me finish.
something.
Oga, look, let me finish. No, I'm just saying, not you. I'm not saying what you said.
You're wrong.
I'm
You
not saying I'm
understand
not
me?
talking about your pastor. I'm just saying in general.
In
If you
general,
are
you have to
Even
if you are a
even in
pastor, you
general,
have
you're
to have
still wrong.
an
You don't get
no.
what I'm saying.
Oga,
You don't
look,
guys,
get
wait.
what I'm
guys,
saying.
guys, let's be
You are very,
organized.
I'm
very
I'm
not
wrong
not
for
talking
saying
saying that.
about
you
what you said. I'm
I
just saying a
disagree with you
general
with that.
state. You have to
Disagree with
disagree. It's
you.
fine.
I
Let
guys,
me
we are not
finish.
fighting.
Can I finish?
Yeah, go ahead, Miss
I
Elise.
Yeah,
disagree
what
with
I'm
you.
not talking about Oga Luke's case. I'm just bringing out as
Yeah,
Coach Michelle said about her pastor. If you have a wife, whether she is I don't know, sensitive or not sensitive, or she doesn't know what she's doing, or she doesn't care about you, or she cares about you, as a man of God, you should not sit in a room closed door with another lady. No, you have to have another sister in the church there with that lady to counsel that lady. There's what they call women's leader. If a lady in the church has a problem, she should go and meet her cell leader, number one. After a cell leader cannot solve it, they will go to the woman's leader. The woman leader now will take her to the pastor's wife. The pastor wife now will take the lady to the pastor with her. It's called prevention and protection. You cannot sit with a lady in the church 30 minutes, 1 hour, you and the lady alone. You can fall into temptation. You're not wood, you're not firewood. So for the pastor to preserve his own spiritual life, he should have another lady in his presence, not him and the lady alone. So if the wife notices that he's always with ladies by himself, of course it's natural. And even me as I am here, you cannot near my husband anyhow. You cannot. It's not because I don't have self-esteem or anything, because I want to protect my husband. I want to protect my home. It's called protection and prevention. And a man who
Miss
loves his
Elise,
wife we make everything to be in the presence of another woman with another woman, not alone face to face. So I say no to that. That's rubbish. And for
You
him
say
to open his mouth to say other people's wife are his wife, I say no. You can have daughters in Christ, like children in the church, like these are my daughters in Christ. They are not your wives. I say no. If I'm the husband, I'll take my wife away from that church. I will take her away from that church. That is a wrong statement. And your daughter cannot be your wife. And your wife is not your daughter. So make things, let's speak English, please. Let's speak English. Thank you.
so.
And I think you don't really understand me because I don't know what to say. I would have said
Yeah.
something, but I feel you will get angry with what I would say. But I
No,
won't say it.
don't say anything that's
Maybe
gonna make anyone angry. But what?
maybe maybe you don't understand me because AJ was saying something like I'm wrong. AJ, I think if you are a pastor, for example, you won't leave other women in your church to go astray like that. If they come for you for counseling and all that stuff, you talk to them. But you have your wife at home. You respect your wife. What I'm trying to say, I believe Coach Mitchell understand me. I'm not saying that he's sleeping with them or all other stuff. They are also his daughters, also his children. They are also his wife. Someone like that. Maybe you don't understand what I'm saying, but I can't
They
explain
are not
myself.
his wife.
But
That's the problem I have with you. Look, he
Guys,
has one
let's
wife. Those
let's
are his
redirect,
daughters, not
please,
his
you
wives.
cannot.
let's
Let me tell you
redirect
something.
So,
let's
Let me tell you
redirect the
something.
debate. Please, let's not
If
let's
you want to
that's not
correct
the
me, if
story
you
at
want to
hand,
correct
guys.
me, you
That is not
correct
the
me with English, not correct me with
hold on, hold on,
correct me
Oga,
with
Mr.
look,
English.
he
Nick,
has one wife, not wives. He has
guys,
one wife and daughters in the church, not wives.
Thank God you
guys.
are coming to understand me
Guys,
now. Thank you for that.
let's redirect the topic back, the discussion back to the story at hand. And I'm glad that Luke mentioned something like that because I feel like there are some things that come with the territory, right? You have to know the person you're getting married to. As a, like if my husband was a pastor, I have to be comfortable before I even say yes. I have to be comfortable saying my husband around other women because that's the nature of the job. Now let's go back to Annie and Two-Face case. Before when she met him, he was a young guy, no kids, no fame. But by the time she said yes to him, yes, I'll be your wife. The guy had four kids already, even though you were the first to meet him, right? And even the year that he proposed to you, that year, one of his baby's mama gave birth to another child. But you still went ahead and you say yes to him. And not just that, what kind of a man has two babies with two women in the same year? And 2 years later, two babies with the same woman. Two babies with two women, the same ones. Shouldn't that tell you what kind of person you're getting married to? Now, I want us to I'm going to ask you guys, do you guys feel like knowing who she got married to, she could have managed this different? Because now that I want us to answer this question for my sister, my cousin, my friend who's watching, and she knows the kind of man that she got married to. Because my thing, I'm kind of aggravated when you know what you're getting into, and then you get in there and you act surprised. Oh my gosh, I did not see this coming. But no, you knew exactly what you were getting into. So I want us to kind of discuss if she could have managed this situation a little bit differently to have a better outcome. And this will help any sister who has said yes to someone who is not like up to the standard that she had fixed for herself. I'm going to start with you, I'm going to start back with you, Miss Alice. I'm going to start back with you. Do you think that Annie could have done something different for a better outcome? Instead of, when I say different, what am I referring to? Instead of trying to control her husband by bringing prostitute to the house to him, instead of fighting everyone around him, his business partners, all his associations, his driver, his mom, his parents, his sisters, instead of fighting everyone, instead of hiring a private investigator, instead of beating him in public, do you think she could have done things different? That's my question to you, Alice.
I can't see her. Is she here?
Alice is not in the studio, ma'am.
Oh,
She's not in the studio.
she's someone,
Oh,
yeah.
she just got me now.
Okay, Alice, did you hear my question? Okay, I don't think she's here. So let's go back with you, CB, and just give some time to Alice to maybe get back.
Okay, so I was going to say that I don't really like to bring religion when it comes to relationship, but I can't help
Cannot
it
hear
because
nobody.
can you hear me?
Mm,
Yes, yes,
Can you hear me?
yes.
Okay, that's good. So, but I have issues with these men of God. They call themselves men of God, standing on the pulpit to tell a woman whose husband is cheating to pray and
I
fast.
cannot hear
I have a
nobody.
problem with that.
So
But can you hear me?
Um,
Can you hear me?
I- she's
I
on.
can
I
hear you.
can't
I
hear
can hear you. Phoebe,
nobody.
I can hear you.
Anyway,
Okay, I
Annie,
think it's her network.
I
Yeah,
cannot hear no
Phoebe,
one.
Phoebe, go
Annie,
ahead. We can hear you.
go ahead, Sibi.
Okay, so I said I have a problem with this whole pray and fast. If your husband is cheating, the devil is trying to come into your home, blah blah blah. I call it nonsense because I feel that as a grown man,
Mama, so
when
to
you're
the
married, you're not just the head because you're the man. You're also the spiritual head. That means that you're supposed to guide your family spiritually. And if you're filled with the Holy Spirit and you're living a good life, you temptations will come, but you definitely overcome. So I had an issue with one lady like that. She was like, that there are scriptures in the Bible that she will give the lady to read and stuff. I was like, no, no, no. The problem I have with you people is you cannot call this man that is misbehaving. Not only is he cheating, he's stealing from his wife. You cannot call this man and tell him, look, the way you're treating your wife and your kids is not okay. You are telling her to go down on her knees and pray. So I asked her, I said, if reverse was the case, would you give the man scriptures and fasting? Because like I'm sick of it. The church is a big enabler of misogyny. Big one. You are seeing something wrong. You're supposed to call both husband and wife and counsel them and tell them, okay, this thing is wrong. Madam, this is what you're doing. That is maybe making your husband to look elsewhere. And Oga, even if your wife is doing something you're not okay with, this is not the right way to go about it. Okay, man will be having issues. Instead of talking to your wife, then you go straight to the bottle or you start talking to other women. That is so wrong. Why is she your better half? Why is she your helpmate if you cannot talk to her? So that's the problem I have. Annie encouraged Tuface. I remember there was a time on social media where people were like, um this one just the husband they cheat. I've forgotten the whole issue, but I know that Annie's reply was, no matter what Two-Face does out there, he will still come back home to her. I dislike women with that mentality. It's so disgusting. It just shows you don't value your health. It shows you don't have self-esteem. It just shows that you're living your life for that man, and then you love that man more than you love your own life. That is disgusting. I really, 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 I just wanted to really chip that in because I'm tired of that whole pray and fast nonsense. If I keep saying that, I said this to Uncle Beno show. I say no woman can have access to you spiritually if you've not slept with her. Because sex is a very strong bond. In fact, I'm not I'm more afraid of spiritual implications than physical ones. Your life can change. You can drop from a million to zero in 24 hours just because you slept with the wrong person. So I don't know. That's just my problem anyway with the church. That thing, and then they, because the church is always advising women to pray and fast and stuff, they have instilled, how am I going to put it, this idea in their head that if your husband is cheating, it's your fault, and if he's having kids outside, it's still your fault. So when is the man going to take responsibility for his actions? Just like Two-Face mom was saying, and that that politician should leave her son alone. She doesn't like the way her son is behaving. That woman is not okay in the head. I'm not sorry to say that. Your son, you know very well the kind of son that you brought up. You failed as a mother. Because if you had brought your son up properly, he will not be messing around like that. That guy only God knows the amount of diseases in his. Oh God, no, I'm so disgusted at it. Talks to be Annie right now. I pray she heals. I want to stop here. Let me just stop here.
Thank you so much, CB. We're gonna hear from you. So, I mean, to understand what you're saying is that she shouldn't have put up with that in the first place. Like, right? Like, she should have left like a long time ago. Like, she shouldn't even have agreed to marry him. Is that what you're saying, CB? Anyway, I'm gonna go.
Yes, yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying she shouldn't have married him in the first place.
Okay.
And then she abandoned her own career. She would have gone pretty far because Annie is a good actress. I watched
Yeah,
one of her old movies back in the day.
yeah,
So I don't
yeah.
know why she would love Two-Face more than she loves herself and her life. She's really
Okay,
messed up.
Miss Elise, do you think she could have done anything different for a different outcome?
When you go back to when there's a problem, I like to go to the root cause of the problem.
Mm,
When you go into Annie's story, you realize that she was brought up by a single mom
mhm,
and there was something missing in her. One would tell all these women, close your legs, don't give birth to children out of wedlock.
oh
Do
no,
everything to choose.
no. Her parents divorced when she was about 10. And then
Yes, yeah,
the dad just kind of went off the picture because she
yeah,
said,
that's what I'm saying. She was brought up by a single mom. Yeah. When they tell women choose like the after heaven, the second choice you have to be careful with is choosing the partner of your life partner. Because these people can mess you up and destroy you, your life partner. After the choice of salvation, after you have given your life to Christ, the only thing you have to do in this life is to choose a better partner for your own good. If you fail in doing that, and I know, you see, I don't know what happened between her mother and her father, but the fact that the father was not in her life messed up her life. When you tell people that a child needs a father and a mother, they will say, no, no. And look at it. She met him at 15. Can you imagine? Maybe the woman was working so hard to meet up with the bills, and she was leaving the children with the neighbor, and the neighbor was neglecting the child, and the child went wayward because she could not do everything alone. Or
mm,
maybe she was just a stubborn girl that was not listening to mommy. But if daddy was there, he will beat the hell out of her. She would turn to normal. She didn't have that support. It's hard to raise children alone. It doesn't matter how you do it. The women that succeed in doing that because those women they are like iron women. They do anyhow, you see anyhow. But those kind of mothers are rare to see in this generation. We have all these nonchalant women. They are children. You have to give them freedom. You see from the upbringing
life happened, right? Like
that's no,
I
I
wouldn't blame
don't.
the
That does
mom.
not happen. We create, Coach Michelle. I believe in the power of your mind, and I believe in the power of your choices, and I believe in discipline. I don't believe life happens does not happen overnight. The only thing that can happen is death that you don't know somebody's gonna die.
I
Like
mean,
when somebody is eating too much sugar, you tell the person reduce your sugar. They will know they have diabetes. When
Miss,
somebody is eating for three people, they know they will soon have health issues because they know. So
I mean, Miss Elise, when I say life happened, is like for her parents getting divorced, right? Things like that happen. And we spoke here, we discussed this here in this show. You yourself was like, if my husband start doing this, I'm not gonna stay. I'm gonna leave with my kids. Those
the
things
problem
happen.
is the problem is that when lives happen, ask yourself, can you carry the cross? When you face life, you have to be able to say the Bible says the kingdom of God suffer violence, the violent take it by force. Even this life is not for the weak. Life is not for the weak. So when you're a single mom, you have to be strong on your children's education because those children are your future. So you have to give everything towards them so that you will not lose them. In her case, you just say, where in Africa have you seen a 16-year-old girl having a boyfriend? 15. Where have you seen that? Where in which normal family? It's just from this all this family where children are left to do anyhow. In an African culture family, even a girl of 20, when she even hear her father's, she see the shed or the tap coming from afar, she will run. She will run because you will know African discipline, will know how African parents are. They will show you, they will bury you alive. But in this case, she was a lady that was left by herself. She was a lady that was seeking for love. Imagine her 15 years. She lacked her father's love. She was looking for love. So we have to look for the beginning. Is one vacancy in her life that pushed her into this. She didn't have a mentor. When we tell men, be men, because you are destroying your generation. You are destroying women that will destroy future men. When you are a man, and even if you separate with a woman, you have to be in your children's life so that these children will not become arm robbers for others. So that these children will not be like thunder for others. So that these children will not go and destroy what is not theirs. Okay, now she thought she believed in love. She didn't know what was love because her father did not show her what is love. She have never seen a man loving a woman and showing her, okay, this is how they love. Her father was a very good example of abandoning the mother. So she felt like, all men are cheat. My daddy cheat. My mother left him. This one is cheating. If I leave him now, what will I do? After all men are cheat. For example, my daddy. So I will stick to this one because after all men are like that. So she took the example of her father, bad example, and now put it into her life. Now the problem is that some women now they know how to pray. When I tell women, when you meet a man, the character you don't like, let him change first before you marry him. Let him change. Because what they call pattern, what he does now, he will amplify it when he get married to you. Because now he's still trying to get you, he's pretending, he's not showing you all the bad behavior. The little he's showing you, multiply it times 10. Ask yourself, can I take it? If the answer is no, my sister, run. Run. And you don't have to see two things to run. The first red flag, my sister, run. So she did not run. I understand because of her background. She did not know what love is. She did not have a mentor. She did not have someone she could look up to. Maybe she was a stubborn girl. All those things joined together put her into what put her. So for me, she's so and she's reaping. So I don't know how else to put it. But I'll blame her father. I'll blame her mother. I'll blame everybody around her because in Africa we say, it takes a village. It takes a village. You meet your neighbor's child doing something, you will conk him, you will slap him, and go and report to the mom. The mom will beat him again. In this case, she did not have the village around her. She was a lady left to herself. And which woman will know that the future husband of her daughter has two women with four children, and she will allow that kind of marriage? Which mother? You see, the background was wrong. I know that us women, the way we protect, we want the best for our daughters. We will fight heaven and earth. This one is a man that is everywhere. Your daughter is still very young. You want to give her into the hands of who? So her family and that boy's family created this situation. You know how some family are very fake. And you are our wife, you are our wife. When they know that the brother have three other wives somewhere, they also calling my wife, my wife. So her family, his family, her surrounding, even her pastor, who united this marriage, I don't understand. In this day and time, you tell a pastor that I met this guy 10 years ago. Why be with him? He impregnated two women. They have four children. Bless our wedding. Which pastor in what church, believing church, we marry these people? I not see them. So even the pastors failed them. So it's just a messed up cycle. And this gives me another opportunity to say, choose who you mingle with because it's either they will build you or they will destroy you. So this is just an example of where you are around wrong people that cannot tell you, hey dear, you're doing wrong, do better. Hey dear, you have changed, you improve. Hey dear, please stop. This is an example of how people that pretend to love you can kill you. And now look at her. If now her leg is imputed, what will she do? Or if she lose her life, they will continue living as if she never existed. So we should be careful who are around us. It's better to have people around you that tells you the bitter truth, that corrects you rudely, that tells you what is wrong with you, than to be with fake people, both your family members, close church members, close everybody. So this girl was just surrounded with evil people. She was young, she was 15. If she had someone that loved her, would tell her daughter, come here, go to school, leave man alone. This one will destroy you. She didn't have
Okay.
that.
So,
So, mm-mm.
okay, Miss Elise, so you're kind of you're kind of like leaning toward the same thing as CB, like that marriage shouldn't have happened in the first place.
Yeah, and I also add that people around her failed her. The
Yeah,
church, the family, the
but
friends, everybody failed her.
I like
Yeah, they
this
did fail
comment.
her.
I like this comment from Comfort. She said we should not blame Annie's parents because we don't know what happened. Annie's mom, because we don't know what happened. I agree with you 100% Comfort. I would not blame Annie's mom. Things happen. And we spoke here many times that when things don't work out, don't kill yourself, right? It's okay to leave. But what I'm thinking is that, especially us African, we don't value counseling, right? Sometimes we don't realize how impactful our decisions out on our children, right? Like here in America, for instance, we know that sometime after a divorce, we will get kids through counseling and just have them talk things out. But there we just power things on and we just keep going. Right. So I'm pretty sure that Annie was so affected by what happened. And she even shared that. She said that it kind of broke her to see her mom becoming the only provider. When daddy was there, mommy was a stay-at-home mom. And then when daddy left, mommy had to go back to work and she had to do everything to provide. She's the only daughter to provide for her brothers and herself. And we don't know how that affected her. We know we don't seek counseling over there, right? And someone said in the comment that Annie loves Tuface so much. I'm like, but Miss Elise, you point this out. Annie does not even know what love is. Like, that's not love, right? How can you love someone? Bringing him prostitute to the house so that he doesn't leave you, fighting him everywhere. I mean, what is love? Like, I could go in the Bible and we could spend all day talking about love. What is love? So she didn't know what love was about, and she obviously did not heal. She did not heal of her trauma. So Annie has been traumatized by her past. And then she put herself through what she did. And also, upon reading everything that was like on the internet regarding this marriage, I am also learning that she accepted to marry him to prove a point. That also is already wrong. Because remember, the year that he proposed to her, his baby mama gave birth to his third child the very same year. But she went ahead and she accepted the proposal, and the following year they got married. So she did that to prove a point to the other baby's mama that, hey, I'm the one, right? Is that enough reason to get married to someone? That's my $1,000,000 question. But I'm gonna go on with I don't know, Alice, if you can talk already. If you think there's any, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
So, is there anything that Annie could have done for a different outcome? The two other ladies, Miss Sibi and Miss Elise, are saying that this marriage shouldn't have happened. What is your take in this? What could she have done different?
For me, I'm not going to be engaged. I'm not going to be taking engagement on to the mind that, let me see, you're already having a baby mama. By the time you're engaging, you are getting engaged to me. You are your I don't know who is that or whoever it is, because you're already cheating on me before they get in the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
You are already cheating.
Mm-hmm.
So
With evidence.
if she agreed to marry the guy that agreed to all the bullshit, all the red flag, all the everything, that guy can even strangle her, he can even kill her, and she agreed in the name of the love, that she's too much in love. I don't know, like Miss Elise said, that one she doesn't really know what love is, because no. But like you just said now, we cannot really judge her because we don't know how she grew with her mom and dad, or the daddy that left home. But I think after all this, when all this was happening, she's supposed to be the one to correct what happened to her mother, not to happen to her again. I don't know what the mother had been telling her when she was growing up, because with it is, I don't even know I'm going to explain it, because when you come to life, everybody's supposed to be having a spirit of discernment. It's not something, it's a lot of things in you that they're not supposed to be teaching you. So you already know from there on that this one is good and this one is bad. You already know that this is good, this is not good. You already see that your mother had went through a lot with the father that was cheating. Like me today, I grew up in the polygamous family. I will never marry a man that have two wives, because whatever I went through when I was a child, I'm not going to continue having that again when I am the grown-up. At the minute, even if my husband never cheated on me before, at the minute he had that spirit, I am going to get a second wife. I don't care whatever we share together. I don't care. I'm going to prefer, for just the name of my peace, I will just say, I have to leave. Even to now, no matter how we grow up in that relation, our polygamy home, even to now, my own mother still convinced us to let us know that it was right for the husband to have two wives because her father to have two wives and there was no problem.
There you go.
You understand? So if she telling you that, that means not because my own was like that you're gonna be afraid. If your grandmother work, home work with two wives, it does not mean that even those man did not work, if you go there and you have and your husband has another wife, you could be lucky to have a home that your grandma has. No, I'm not going to agree to that. So that's basically what she trying to tell us. You see, like Miss Elise was saying, you don't know what the mother of that child teach her. You don't know, and she stood by her mother's side with all those trouble, and so maybe the mother keep telling her it is okay, it is okay, it is okay, but it's not okay. You know, it is not okay. That's what I'm saying. So, like I said, even if that guy did not have children, by the time they were getting engaged, the baby mama was having another child. Even those that one happened when I already got married to you. Anyway, the guy already showed her the red flag before even getting engaged. Everything was already shown. So if she had agreed, like I said, that means she had to agree on everything. Either she agree on everything or she work herself out.
Thank
Either
you.
the person, yeah, either you agree on everything that he's gonna do, or you work yourself out.
You can take the
That's the
door.
only solution.
There you go. Thank you so much. So Annie knew who she was getting married to. But look, let's hear from you. Could she have done anything different?
Nothing. I I I want to say something about what Miss Ellie said. You know, if father really matters in the life of a daughter or a son, if father really matters very much. If father really matters. You know, if her father was with her, you know, she would have seen her father as a model. But sorry to say, I don't know, the divorce, her parents divorced when she was young. Some things are happening. So to me, uh, she knew she was getting married to. She should have she should have waited for it. Because I believe one day somehow these things would have blown up because Tuface is a public man. Tuface is a public man. She knows that already. So why would she do something that we warrant in divorcing her? It's not possible. So I don't think I'll go with what everybody said. I don't think there's anything to do right now. Just to just wish her good health, healing, and I also feel I went to what CB said. Love yourself. Love yourself very much. Don't leave your career as a woman. Don't leave your career because of a man. If you know a man, if you are doing something very profitable before you meet that man, focus on it. Build your career. As you build your home, your marriage with your man, also build your career. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't put all your life in one man. As you're building with that man, also build yourself. I think for me, Annie fit in that part. She put all her eggs in one basket. She fell for Tuface and everything crumbled. And I think she's at the receiving end of it all. Thank you.
So thank you so much, Luke. Thank you for that. You said that a woman don't give up your career. Because the moment you give up your career, guess what? You lose purpose. Your new purpose becomes who? Your husband. And guess what? You're gonna want to control him because now it is your life project. You're gonna want to control him. And what happened when you feel like you're losing control? We've seen what she has done if it's true, bringing women to the house just to try to control him. She said instead of him going back to his baby's mama, I will give him as many women as he wants to ease his appetite. Right? Why? Why would you? I mean, because you have nothing to do. He is your new work, right? But I'm gonna say to all women who like, because I know we have discussed this before, women who decide to stay with cheating husband, please, you have to make peace with your decision. I feel like Annie, knowing the man that she was getting married to, if all of these accusations against her are true, don't then that was wrong. Why would you give him hell? You knew the man. You knew he was a cheater. He had two babies with two babies' mama in 1 year. 2 years later, two babies with the same baby's mama. You were there. You were seeing him. You were together. And now you get married to him and you don't give him peace? Really? No, I feel like she knew the man she got married to. Give him peace. He has shown you his true nature. Why are you making his life hell? They even said, I forgot to mention this, before they got separated for good, the guy was sleeping in hotels because all the neighbors were tired. Because every time she would just become like, she would just go crazy. She would be screaming, like neighbors could not catch sleep. So at some point, he had to run from the house, sleeping in hotels, just coming to the house, pick up his clothes, and run off. Why? You married a cheater. Let him cheat. I mean, that's me. I'm like, if you have to be honest with yourself. This is the man that I got married to. He's a public man. He needs to be able to do his business. He needs to be able to continue to see his woman in peace. Am I okay with that? Yes. I'm always surprised when a woman agrees to something. And the moment that thing starts unfolding, now she starts screaming, she starts like inconveniencing people around her, neighbors, friends, family. Don't blame this mom.
Like it's somebody else's fault. Or it's
No,
your
it's not
fault.
somebody else's fault. Firing the driver, letting him die from disease, forbidding his family to come around. No, why? If you agree to marry, like I'm talking now to all my sister, everyone a lot of people, unfortunately, we're here, we're talking as if we live in a perfect world. We are not. A lot of people are going through this. Even some people in the comment section, you guys brilliant. I'm pretty sure some of you girls are going through this. You know that your husband is not faithful. Please don't give him help. You already know that men die before women. Their lifespan is not very long. Have mercy on him. You agree to marry him. If you agree to stay despite everything that he's been doing, please extend his days. Don't help him die before his time. Give him peace. If not, live in peace. When I say leave, Leade, live in peace. Don't kill him. The guy
Live in peace or stay in peace.
live. Thank you so much. Live in peace or stay in peace, because the Bible said that I give you peace, not like the world. The world will give you
No.
peace if you give them peace, but Jesus said, I give you the peace. No, hold on, let me finish. The Bible said, I give you peace that surpasses all understanding. So when you get married to this kind of husband, please become like that kind of peace that God gave. Give him peace, the kind of peace that people will come and ask you, how do you live in peace in the midst of this? You have to be able to do it. And if you can, don't kill him, leave. Now, I'm not just talking to Annie, I'm talking to anyone who's going through this. If you cannot give that man peace in the midst of his foolishness, I beg, leave him alone in peace. All right, someone was going to say something. We're going to wrap up. We're going to wrap up soon.
Coach Michelle, I wanted to say there's no peace for the wicked. Yes, there's no peace for the wicked. If you're a troublesome man, for the wicked, there's no peace. So if you know these women that are prayerful and they think that, because he's single now, that's why he's seeing so many women. When I marry him, he will have me all the time. So
No.
he won't have to look outside. So he will not, those women that have, I don't know,
You
half
don't have to
brain.
like that.
They
Yeah.
refuse to accept reality. So they feel like they are the, you see some women when they say this man is bad, he beats women, he cheats, they'll be like, no, it was those women's fault. I am special. He will treat me better. So they feel like they'll become Jesus. What God did not do, what his parents could not change, what all the other women could not arrange. She feels she can arrange it. My dear, is too much faith. Hmm? She thought that she can change the man. She thought that she can improve the man. and now it's not happening. My dear, the Bible said there's no peace for the wicked. So anything you, any boss bass where you create, you're supposed to be ready to pick it up. So if the man is giving her trouble, she should give him trouble back. I
But,
think she
but
just
now
broke
she's
down.
suffering for that. She tried to give him the kind of trouble that he was giving her, like embarrassing him in public, like just making herself a fool.
But
No,
she
but
accepted it at the beginning. She
no,
accepted
the
at the
thing
beginning
is
of the
that she
relationship.
thought
What is
that,
she giving him
no, my
trouble now?
dear, she thought that she was up to the task, that she could manage it. You
Yes.
know, she thought that she can, she know how women have maintenance, survivorship spirit. I will change him with time. I'll bring him to understand. I'll bring, like, they want to force people to come to Christ when God has not forced anybody. They want to change people by force when God Himself is say, "Come on to me." Them that bringing people to God by fire by force. So she failed in her mission. She thought she can change him. She thought that the love was so strong that she could bring him to become a better man, the man of her dream or anything. You know, the woman of my dream, the light of my dreams. You know, she thought that if I'm in his dream, I can enter there and do anyhow, show him anyhow, change the. You know, when you are the chief in the dream, you know, the main actor, the main actress, you can do so many things. So when a man sang for her, you are my African queen, the love of my life, the dream of my dreams. So she thought that being the center of it all, she can make some changes, but it failed. And when it failed, she broke down to bring women at home and
But
that
the thing
family
is,
in law.
when you fail, the better thing is to carry your back and start there living.
No, my
Yeah.
sister, shame. Let us be realistic. You know, African society, marriage is a crown. It's like an achievement. It's like when you are not married, that you are overlooked. It's like when marriage failed, they'll say the woman, you were not good enough. You were not nice enough. You would have sacrificed for you and the man. You would have killed
My
yourself.
dear.
Then they know the marriage. So because of African culture, African culture does not accept that a man is beating me, I'm leaving. A man is misbehaving and leaving. African culture say the best woman is the one that stays and die there. Is the one that they torture every day, but she's still there. When the in-law come, she will say, welcome. She will cook for them. She will clean for them. The woman that is a slave to the family, and that's the African woman. Women like us, we cannot be African women. Women like us, we cannot be. In the African the dictionary, where a woman that says, baby, you know what you're doing is not good change. No, 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 no. African women should be the one that when the man torture you, he mistreats you. He goes out and come back at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. He goes out for weekend, come back the next weekend. You are there. You say, baby, I'll pray for you. Baby, what is your favorite meal? When the mother-in-law come, you say, hey, but she will go and visit the other woman that she knows that the son is sitting behind you. As an African woman, you should not dislike that mother-in-law. When she come, you have to worship her and say, Mama, everything you're doing, I know is for your son. I still love you regardless. It's madness. Our society is killing people. Like CB said, those useless pastors, God forgive me, because those ones were not called to God. Because the Bible says, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. A pastor that see a brother in his church hitting his woman until the eye was swallowed. Instead for him to call him and say, brother, the next time you hit her, I'll call police for you. We have lawyers in this church that can lock you up for hitting your wife. No, they will not threaten the man, and they will say, you're a husband. You have to be faithful. Run away from adultery. Treat your wife right. Don't be bad men. No, they will not say that. They will say, come, sister, do 3 days of dry fasting. The man is not even giving money at home. Now he's making her to fast inside beating and suffering. Pray and fast because God will do it. Useless. See, churches are the one making people poorer and poorer and making women miserable in
No, Miss
churches.
Elise, don't accuse church.
Yes,
Church is the body of
no,
Christ.
no.
It's
My
members.
sister, most churches
Don't accuse me.
we
I'm the
have
church.
to we
I
have to
don't
say
do
the
it.
truth because normally when a brother treats badly a sister, the pastor should call him and say, hey brother, this is not Christian, this is not Christ life. The Bible says you should be able to die for her, not kill her. So you should pamper her like an egg. You should respect her. Your wife is not a punching bag. Your wife is not your slave. Your wife is your partner. Treat others as you want to be treated. You ask the brother, if your wife goes out and go do 2 days outside, come back, will you still marry her? You say never. Over my dead body. Say, okay, you see the way you feel? That's how she feels. People have to bring those brothers back to consciousness. But these churches, they will not do it though. They're amplifying torture, they're amplifying mistreatment, they're amplifying adultery. You see, a person say, oh no, we are men, we are adultery. What about when the Bible says when you're in Christ, you're a new creature? So the Holy Spirit does not work in men in Africa, it only works in women. The spirit will run away from fornication the way Joseph ran away. They run away from adultery, living a pure life, a holy life. No, Brothers in Africa are not called for that. The devil use them and don't use women. People should stop and we should start saying the truth to save our sisters from bad marriages, from being in rehab like Annie, from entering bad marriage. Because I mentioned the pastor who wedded these people, who wedded them. Because you cannot get married without your pastor. You know, African life now, the pastor must bless our marriage, the pastor must bless our union. Who is the marriage committee that approves this marriage? Let's go and search for them because all of them are involved in the destruction of this young girl's life. Because some girls, because they do not have fatherly love. Me, for example, I have my father. A man could not treat me anyhow. They born you well. Where's it come from? You should treat me as a queen. Not, and I'm not rubbish. I'm not second class. I'm first class only and ever. If not, you get out. So when a man is a man, he knows how men dupe women. He will call his daughter and say, "Daughter, you see, let me teach you. In this life, this boyfriend of yours, I better counsel him. You will protect your daughter, and you'll be an example because at a point the lady sees what you do to her mother, and she learns, the way daddy is treating mommy, that's how I want to be treated. And you're talking to her, you're building relationship with her. Most men, Coach Michelle, don't talk with their daughters. Most men don't take the daughters out. Most men don't even talk about relationship. Most men don't orient their daughter. They're always outside with other people's daughters. They neglect their daughter to fools to destroy their daughters. So fathers, wake up. Husbands, wake up. Treat your wife right. Talk to your daughters. Be friends with your daughters. Save your daughter's life. Don't send them in marriages premature. Don't do that. Your daughter is not financially stable. She should not be married. Is she going to be a slave? Are you signing her slavery certificate before time? So, fathers, you have a big role to play. I will say Annie was failed by her father. Her father failed her. That's all I can say. Her father disappointed her. And that's where she is. Thank you.
Um, uh, I understand that, and there's a say that said that you don't get to choose the family you come from, but you get to choose the family that comes from you. So, yes, we all have gone through things, right? Not all of us have had the blessing to come from a stable background, but I believe that this is on an ongoing journey. Even though you came from an unstable family, it's never too late to make it right. It's never too late to start working on yourself and not rushing into a relationship. I'm going to ask you, for instance, do you think that if Annie had acted like this, Tuface would have married her? No. So we women have to stop behaving as if we are the one who created wisdom. No, we have not created wisdom. If we are not wise than wisdom itself. So you see a man who cheats all the time, a man who has babies like the same year with different women. He had shown you his true nature, but you just come quietly, you act as the lamb, and you just agree to everything that he does, and you fool him to think that you are the woman that can put up with all his infidelities. You have shown him that I can support you through this. I can be by yourself, by your side. I will never let you go. And then he marries you. I read that online. They said that she changed the day that he got married to her. She became a different person. A lot of women do this. You see him doing things, you just bend your little finger and you be like, I'm just waiting until I get in there. Once I get in there, that's when you guys will see my true color. But someone said here earlier that the way you make your bed is the way you sleep. So you're thinking that once you go in there, that's when they will see your true color. Guess what? Whatever fire you're gonna lit in that house gonna burn you, and that is what is happening. So I'm just talking now in a general, in a general way, to any woman who is going through such a thing. Any woman, maybe you're engaged with a man that has been showing you some red flag, and you're just like, I'm not gonna talk about it until I get in there. I'm just waiting. I don't want to disrupt this. I don't want to disrupt him wanting, engaging me and wanting to marry me. I'm just going to wait until I go in there. Once I'm in there, then I'll let him know. Then I will show him this. Then I'll do this. You'll be the one suffering from that. Again, we're all African. I know cheating and polygamy is not the same. CB said in the comment section earlier that polygamous men are better than cheaters. So it's not the same thing. But meanwhile, we're from Africa, and in Africa, polygamy is a thing. And I'm not gonna insult women who agree to marry men that are in a polygamy relationship or polygamy situation. We know Regina Daniel, she's an actress, she's a celebrity, and she agreed to be the seventh wife of that billionaire husband of hers. So this is a thing, guys. polygamy is a thing. But I'm just like, if you're going to agree to something like this, live well and give him peace. You know who you're getting married to. The only difference with Tubaba is that it is not legalized it. Maybe, Annie, you should have told him that, hey, baby, you know what? Just marry all these babies, mama. Let's do this together. What is it bringing prostitute? What spirit are they bringing to your house? Giving prostitute to your husband so that you can control him. What spirit are they living? Are you serious? Because even though your husband is sleeping with them and then he goes back sleeping with you, can you imagine the communion of spirit that is going on in that house? You're gonna fall sick. You're gonna die because you have made your bed with like a layer of demons and you're sleeping on it, and you think you're gonna make it. So that's my 2 cents, guy. You marry a cheater. Let him be. Give him peace. Your children need him. Please allow him to raise them. Don't kill him. And if you can't do it, please live in peace. Thank you. So, guys, if you have any final words, we want to hear
Either
from
you
you.
take it or you leave it.
You better take it or leave it. But I'm telling you, my sister, don't go giving like hell to your husband. That you heard that from Michelle's show. No, don't give hell to your husband. Give him peace. If you cannot give him peace, please live in peace. That's yeah.
Thank you so much, Ma, for saying that. Thank you.
All right, guys. So we're done. We're good, right? We'll see you next Sunday by the grace of God. Thank you so much for stopping by. Guys, if you have not liked my channel or follow my channel, please do it. Do it. Thank you so much. God bless you. I love you. Bye.